process of data collection via using these integration tools. These integration tools will help us do some sort of transformation upon the data to transform it. Let's say tax data. You automatically want to calculate tax on the Excel file being generated over the year of sales automatically. Using some formulas, you can do that. You can calculate the tax and different things as well. Like every time stock market data comes in, every time you need to apply some sort of algorithm to the data that computes some statistics out of the market figures, the high point, low point, and high of the day, low of the day, then the market capital. All of this, we are applying some statistical functions upon these measures. So there is some output coming, and we can automate this process over a period of time. So let's try to understand what is an extract, transform, load, and what is it really a job. So first of all, we can create a data flow here that we first need to check for the file if let's say as a furniture sales company, the analytics manager has to check for the data first of all. After checking the data, that data is there in that respective folder, maybe on the cloud or wherever the data is stored. If the file is available, the first thing I want to do is, what I ask you is to import data from the file, and after importing that data from the file, we identify the rows with missing data, and we create a separate file for them, then upload the complete file as an Excel file in our dashboard folder. After opening the file in our dashboard folder, we send the incomplete file to the sales manager for rectification. Maybe some employee took too many leaves, some salesman took too many leaves, and we want to send this file. Okay, sales manager, I want you to take care of them. We don't know how you're gonna take care, but these are the sales employees who took this much leaves, and maybe you want to email that to your manager directly, the person who is in charge of these things, maybe the HR department or whichever department. So the basic thing is that we first check whether the file is available, and if the file is available, we want to import that data from the file. After importing that data from the file, we want to apply some transformations. We might want to perform some transformations, and by transform we mean we want to filter out the data based upon the holidays, maybe sort the data out by people who took the most number of holidays in a month, and from maybe descending the highest one first and then to the lowest, and then you take out the file, take out the columns from the file where the number of leaves are greater than say 5. So any salesman who took more than 5 leaves in a month, please send his column into the sales manager file, and he's gonna take care of them. So we want to identify rows with maybe the missing data, and so supposedly some employee hasn't took leaves and that data is missing. It's not 0 there. You might want to create a separate file for that and send that to the sales manager as well, that you want to rectify your data. Maybe say let's understand and take this example. Let's try to execute a file that emails the incomplete data to the sales manager. So we identify the rows with the missing data and create a separate file for that missing data table. Then upload the complete file as an Excel file in our dashboard folder which we can term as loading. So first we extract it, then we transform that data. By transform we mean like we change the structure of the data, we perform some transformation upon it, we try to change the state of the data, and then we upload the complete file as an Excel file in our dashboard folder. So the step 2, 3 and 4 are a transformation, step 1 transformation, and step 5 is a job. So ETL is a transformation, while transformations are for ETL and jobs are for supporting activities. It's like a site labor boy who gives you, okay, that we need someone to take care of the employees. So that is going to be the guard, the security guy at the company, or let's say the coffee maker, the one who cleans the dishes, the coffee cups, and one who cleans the office every morning. So these are jobs, and the main thing we call as transformation, whatever is going on in the tax department, that is a transformation, and the supporting activities for like file management and emailing the people, that is a job. Emailing to the authorities or to the banks, that is a job. So it aims to show the capability of PDI, so you know exactly what to expect. And this is just a demonstration. You will get plenty of exercise throughout the course. So these are the steps we are going to follow. Now we'll be seeing different formats. How do we import data into different formats from different sources? So let's go ahead and jump into the PDI here, and let's create a new transformation. Let's see how we did this. Let's try to do this small demonstration in order to understand how PDI really works. So let's note down what we need to do here. First, let's open So this is what we are planning to do here. Let's say we don't have the solution yet, we are looking at the problem. So check if file is available, and we get first of all the input of the file into PDI. First we get the input, then we do processing, and then output, right? So input, we say format file input. Now this could be a CSV file, CSV or XLSX file, like Excel file, or any other file, maybe say XML file. Etc. So we get the input of the file here. Maybe here the data is in CSV. We'll go and check. So then we do processing. Say we are looking to identify goal. Now goal is to identify missing values in the data. After identifying the missing values in the data, we send the missing values file to the sales manager. So this is, let's say, this is our goal. First we get the input of the file, then we do processing. So processing is going to be a filter function. Let's say filter function we will be applying. So filter function filters our data like the water is filtered by reverse osmosis. Same way we are filtering our data, and data, what are we looking to extract from the data? So here we are looking to extract missing values. So let's say missing value for a column, then there will be two output generated. The first output is the missing value file, and second output is the rest of the file. So this is the rest of the file. Okay, let's go to PDI. Let's say let's go on and let's click new here. Let's create a transformation, and in the transformation, first of all we need the file input. After getting the file input, clicking on that. Okay, yeah, finally got it. So after getting the file, now we have the file. Okay, we need the filter rows. There we have that. On the output connector, and we connect the file. So this is, and it's asking you wanna connect to the main output of the step or the error handling of the step. So I wanna connect the main output here. Then filter. After filtering my rows, I wanna create, let's say I wanna create the output file. The next step was to create an output file. So we applied the filter, and we'll check these values after in some time once we have done the connection. This is the missing value file. Okay. And the rest of the file, right? So we are now, let's create the first input of the file, first output of this filter value function. So let's go ahead here, and let's say, what are we planning here? We are planning to create, let's say, a text file. So we get the CSV file, and the CSV file will output a text file. Okay, and it will output a text file, and it will also output an Excel file. Okay, we have selected the input. By some mistake, we have gonna go into output here, and text format, text file output. This is what we are going to select here, and after getting that, then we create an Excel file output as well, and we will connect these two as well. Now we'll connect the output here. So now it's asking here. Now this is the main thing. We have to select on true or false. True means the filter, after the filter function, the rows which have been filtered inside and the rows which have been left outside. So row inside is what I want to prefer here. So there's a tick mark here, which means it's the true function which I want to put in here, and then I will connect this. Now this arrow has to come from filter rows. Output cannot generate the filter thing over here if we are looking to create this operation. And we select false. This is the value, this is our thing, and let me just align the margins to make this look a little better. Right guys, so this was a small demo of how we can create our flow. Now within this flow we'll be configuring the parameters. Let's get the file here, and let's get the path of the file here. So yeah, there's the file now. We got the path of the file that is supposed to be read from, and then we have to do insert. Okay, we weren't able to insert that. Let's go ahead again, and it should show up here. It should show up here. So let's do get fields, and let's say I want to get 100 fields. Okay, let's get 100 fields. That, and there we have it. We have the log as well, the scan results. We don't want to save that, so we'll click on here. And let's get back to our business. That is the reading data from the furniture sales. After getting 100 columns from 100 rows from the data, we got the different columns that are there, not data. That means the file is read. It's asking for some other information like the delimiter. We don't need to set that, as the delimiter is comma here. This is a comma separated value file or a CSV file. And then the enclosure, then the buffer size, we don't need to change that. Lazy conversion, headers present, oh yes, the headers are there. And if you don't select that, let's try that, and let's get add all fields. See, the file is not coming. It's saying that there is 7 columns, but not able to capture that. Again, get 100 rows, and then we have the name of these 7 columns. So that means Pentaho is intelligent enough to be able to understand and read in your data. It's coming from the CSV file. That means this path is successfully, format is mixed, and there is docs, DOS, and Unix format. Until there is an error or something like that, there's not any error or something like that in the file. We don't need to mess in with that. Let's set it back to mixed. Then there are some other values like add file name to the result. We don't want that. The row number field name, we don't need that. Then do you want to run this in parallel? Well, no, we don't want to run this in parallel. In case it's a really big file, you might want to run things in parallel. And do you want new lines to be possible? In case this is a live data, then you must be right clicking or tick marking this checkbox that new lines are possible in there. And data governance has to be such that it's able to accommodate that, which means this data structure should be flexible enough to be able to accommodate new files and rows. And yeah, well, that's it. We already talked about the encoding, the format, and the file encoding. And these are the encoding, UTF, or here is IBM format, GBK, CESU, and Big5 for different kinds of format of data. The currency is also loaded automatically. In case this was a financial data, let's go and click on OK. Now we want to filter the rows. So we did create our data flow from the CSV file input, from getting the file, then filtering our rows, and in our case we're looking for null values. So whichever row is not null should go into the text output, right? And whichever row is found out to be null should come out as Microsoft Excel output, and that should be also shown or presented here. That send the false to this step, which is a Microsoft Excel output, and send the true one as a text file output. Right, guys? So here I have declared my conditions that not. So here there is not condition, and like this we can select the product. So first of all we're going to be checking for products, and then the value like this, and this has to be not. So we do for this like this, and similarly we'll do it for the other things also. Now we can see that it's string here. So similarly I will go for region, again not. Wherever region is not null, so this specifies the condition as true. Okay, there is no null value, and so it will go into the text file output. Now whichever value turns out to be null, now that value should come out as a date, right, guys? Should come up whichever value is null, which means it is false, so it should go into the Excel output, right? So we have done that. Now let's try executing that, and well, the file has been successfully executed, and here where you can see the data. Now that's, if we know it's successfully being executed, let's go ahead and give this file a name, and we'll give this a name here. I have my my furniture folder here on my desktop. We'll quickly navigate over there. Here's my desktop folder. I'll go here, we'll go into my projects, and let's create a new folder here. Inside furniture we can create a new folder here, and we'll call this as dashboard. And we'll give this path. We'll give this path of the file here. We'll give the path of the file. We'll say that this is the directory where we want the file to be placed in as the output. Right, guys? So let's go to the edit option. It's already here. And furniture, and we'll give this a name. Let's say that I would say we'll call this complete data, or we can say not null complete data, or not null approved underscore file dot txt. And the extension is already being shown to us here, so we don't need to type .txt. It will automatically do that. And it says create a parent folder. Well, yeah, you can do that, and check this if necessary. There's some instruction being shown when necessary. Otherwise, PDI will throw an exception when parent folder does not exist. So, and there's except file from the field. What kind of separator are you looking for? So we'll just type in here as comma. Enclosure is okay. Header should be there. Header is kind of important, and we want that to be there. So split variables as ending line of the file. No, we don't need. There's no requirement as such for that. And you're getting the fields here. That's great. So we'll run that once again, and let's before that also we should configure the things here. The file name furniture, and we'll give this the name. What name should we give here? These should be or like something which would make sense to be emailed to marketing, or let's say sales manager. You want to send this to sales manager that okay, that there's some part in your data which is not has a value. Let's try executing that, and well, yeah, that's successfully executed. Let's go ahead, and yeah, there's our file. Okay, we forgot to express that path. Here's the file. Here we are with the items, and here's the Excel file. So this should be better to open. These are files with the null values. Here we can see them. So this was a brief lecture, guys. How can we use Pentaho Data Integration to find out more interested insights in our data, using very simple and no programming, coding, or computer languages required. With just a few clicks in a really user-friendly graphical interface, we can do these things. So maybe in the next lecture we can do a bit more. We can take this one more step further, and we can try to maybe email these files to the marketing manager. Let's go ahead and try to do that in our next lecture. Until then, guys, happy learning, and thank you for joining us for this lecture. If you guys have any doubts, any queries, feel free to drop them in the comment section or the description box or the Q&A. We'll be more than happy to answer them. So for now, I hope to see you guys soon. Until then, happy learning.